columns are cracking and chunks of brick are literally falling off the Market Square parking ramp at downtown La Crosse.
And it's not the only ramp showing signs of structural stress. News 8's Jenna Traum looked into the deteriorating state of the city's parking ramps and what's being done to keep drivers safe.
Lisa and Mike, the Assistant Director of Public Works, calls all of the parking ramps in the city his problem children. But he tells me the biggest problem child by far is the Market Square ramp on 4th and J. The city signed an agreement when that ramp was built, guaranteeing it would last for 75 years, supporting the apartments above it. That was in 1999. It's been having structural problems since shortly after construction was complete. And in the past few years, things have been getting worse.
I mean, it's falling apart. They indicate the bigger problem, which is that panel is moving.
It's this concrete panel on the second floor of the Market Square ramp that's worrying Assistant Director of Public Works Robert Haynes. The city blocked off the parking spots in front of it because Haynes says it will fall eventually if the city doesn't do something.
It's probably 2 inches out of alignment, and we're concerned that if a car were to hit that hard enough, it might go right over and down into the alley. And that's, I'm going to say, 8 tons.
But Haynes says the Market Square ramp's biggest problem is in the basement.
Well, this wall is trying to move that way, and this wall is trying to move that way, and it's basically twisting the column and causing it to kind of fall apart.
So who's to blame for the crumbling parking ramp? Haynes says it's too early to say.
It could be poor construction practices, so the workmanship is one possibility. It could also be poor construction materials. Maybe the concrete was a poor quality, or it could be a design flaw that the engineering firm would be responsible for.
That's what he says the city needs a team of professional structure engineers to figure out. But those engineers' insight could cost about $100,000, and the repairs could carry a price tag of $500,000. Money the city didn't budget for. Parking Utility Board Chair Audrey Cotter says that's where the city's reserve funds and the parking ramp fees the city plans to start charging this year will come in handy.
There's no free lunch. And there certainly is no free parking ramp. Somebody has to pay for the maintenance of it, the construction of it.
And sometimes the reconstruction too.
The city has budgeted more than $1 million for day-to-day parking ramp maintenance. The La Crosse Center parking ramp is also showing signs of structural problems, although the original structure there was built 20 years before the Market Square ramp.
Thank you, Jenna. The Assistant Director of Public Works says the parking ramps are completely safe right now, but 10 years down the road, they could become dangerous.